My name is Rhapsody, welcome back to Slay the Spire. Alright. Oh no, we're in the wrong save file. Hang on. Just dip over. Actually, having a look at that, over the course of the past 8 episodes, we've already reached just under 50% full completion. Looking at character stats, we can see we've obviously got all of these different achievements. Win a battle with 1 HP remaining, have 3 or fewer cards in hand, draw and discard pile combined. Powerful, have 10 or more buffs during combat. Jaxed, have 50 or more strength during combat, have 999 block during combat. A bunch of them are similarly kind of nutty. But that is totally okay. We will achieve most of those over the course of normal gameplay, because a lot of builds can get that level of nutty, and I'll just drive them there if I can. Choose a card to obtain 7+ to max HP, or... There is a line with a bunch of elites early. I'm going to take the card selection. I'll take a rebound here, I think. My goal here, ideally, is to take out at least 3 elites this floor. Steroid potion as well as... Oh, darkness. Hell yes. Hell yes. You know I love me a good darkness build. One of my favorites. One that I very rarely got to play in High Ascension, and then as soon as I started to actually play it in High Ascension, because the cards that generate Dark Orb builds were changed, it was working perfectly. So I was unnecessarily scared off of it for a while. Take a copy of Self-Repair for that sustain. Ooh, I could actually take the Curse of Regret and immediately remove the grade in the next phase. Let's do it. Calipers! Alright, not half bad. Not half bad. Loop is also really, really good for the build that we're going for. I'll be taking a block potion here, though, because I am going for as many as elites. As many elites as I can. Still just gonna be double defense there. Because it feels like that backline orb is just gonna have to gestate for a while, and I'm just gonna have to let it. Okay. Yeah, loop is obviously really, really good for a dark build. Helps you grow the dark orb quite quickly. And so you're growing up by 6 to 24 next turn. The backliner, damn. I might rebound strike. Then just defend here, because now the backline only needs to take a little bit of damage, and then I can pop this Dark Orb in order to instantly kill a target. Yeah, so it goes like this. Hit, instant kill, and then I'm actually just going to focus on direct damage rather than darkness, because we have very few ways to evoke our orbs in the deck at the moment. Come on, and literally a strike will do it for me here. Get it. Alright, Vajra started combat with 1 strength, as well as a claw and a glacier. Take the glacier. The first upgrade is definitely darkness here, then dual cast, then zap if we want to continue with this build. Yikes. Alright, we're probably going to have to use the steroid potion as soon as we have 3 attacks in hand. And we do. Beautiful. Just because this is going to be a pretty tragic fight if we don't do something like that. Hit him with that. Drop the self-repair. And just watch the enemy die. Bottled Lightning. Upon pickup, choose a skill. Start each combat without in your opening hand. Obviously, I'm going to choose Darkness, and this is going to be dope as hell. So we can have a Dark Orb at the very start of each build. So I can go for another elite, or I can go for a couple more question marks and a rest. Toxic Egg. Whenever you add a skill card to your deck, upgrade it. Okay. Well, maybe our rests are going to be less important, right? Because I'm not going to need to upgrade that many cards, because I'm going to have a lot of my cards pre-upgraded courtesy of the Toxic Egg. That, to me, seems reasonable as an assumption. Definitely play the self-repair and the glacier there, I guess. It's definitely rebound darkness. Then we'll just defend again. We want to have Darkness played as many times in a single cycle as is possible. Just because it's triggering the passive of every other Darkness. Have a look at it. Channel 1 Dark, trigger the passive of all Dark Orbs, so that's helping it grow a lot faster. We're at the point now where just, like, evoke and then... Yeah, got him. Whew. Potion Belt, upon pickup, gain 2 potion slots, as well as a capacitor. More than happy to take that. We won't take too many orb slots in this build, because we have seen previously in the old series the foibles of doing that, making it harder to evoke your own... one sec while I just play the rest of these. Making it harder to evoke your own Dark Orbs on command. Swift Potion, as well as Overclock, pre-upgraded. Draw 3, put a burn in your discard pile. So... Burn is unfortunate. Like, unlike a Dazed or anything like that, it doesn't remove itself. Because it's not ethereal. So it feels like you get to play it so few times in a combat. I think I'll avoid Overclocked. Do I have any draw cards in my deck yet? I don't really, so I could just take an FTL for a little bit of extra damage. Alright, Purple Fire Spirits. Gotta be honest, I'm actually keen on giving them the FTL, and then I get back to full HP. No, it should be a strike or a defend. I'm thinking probably a defend, because with the Toxic Egg, we're going to pick up a lot of really, really good defensive opportunities really easily, just because they'll be pre-upgraded. Misclick. I was trying to hit the Darkness. God damn it. Like, obviously I was going to hit Darkness, though. There we go. Now we're set up for dual cast. I mean, so I'll just double strike back line, self-repair, and then dual cast next turn. Hell yes. Bobbed him. Essence of Steel with a leap. Yeah, pre-upgraded leap. But there's also a recursion. Evoke your next orb. Channel the orb that was just evoked. So that can help you to keep a Darkness Orb up after using it for a little bit of damage. I think for that reason I have to take it. Alright, I'm going to use the draw from the Swift Potion. Yeah, I'm just looking for defense. That's exactly what we got. More than happy to recurse there. And got him. There's a regen potion plus Force Field, Melter, Sweeping Beam. I'm not just going to take like a value Sweeping Beam or anything like that here. I don't want to dilute the deck at the moment. So let's get that dual cast upgraded, knowing that it desperately needs to be. And I am going to want Capacitor out in this battle. It's also worth noting it does look like we will be taking the first hit from this enemy, so we'll use a regen potion just to make sure that we're safe over the course of the fight. Yeah, because the enemy's doing the 32 right now. So I can, like, recurse. Put that back atop the deck. Actually, never mind. It looks like I can deal enough damage here. Nice. Should use that regen potion in retrospect. So I'm going to want to leave that Dark Orb for a while, so I'll just recurse it, then dual cast something else. Okay, there's a Glacial left in the deck, so I'll play the FTL just in the hopes that I get it. I don't get it, but that's okay. I'm actually just going to be damage racing here now. Kind of fine with that. Okay, so that. FTL. Then we want to dual cast and rebound the recursion. We do need more ways to evoke in this deck. It's okay. They'll come to us eventually. Yeah, recursion, dual cast, win. Alright, so things I'm looking for. Fission, multicast, Echo Form, pre-upgraded multicast. Can't turn that down, not with this build. Ooh, you can know like a rest at rest sites with the Coffee Dripper. I do desperately want extra energy, specifically because I have multicast, and multicast is an X cost, so whenever I have extra energy, it is an extra effect from that. I do really want it. I'm taking it. So not being able to rest means I do need to play a little bit safer, but especially because I intend to add a bunch of frost cards to this deck, that shouldn't be too difficult for us to attain. The problem is if I take this path, which has the Emerald Elite on it, I have no choice but to fight another Elite directly thereafter, and that's a lot of Elites to fight if I'm looking to not die. Who dares wins. Oh, hell yes. Rebounds the darkness, play it again, get another darkness out. I'm going to elect not to use capacity here, just so that these dark orbs can be evoked by just pushing something behind them, like this. And then this dark orb gets to be cast enough times to kill. Pretty good opener. Hologram is really, really, really good for the fact that it can also bring back darkness. Rebound is like another element to bringing back darkness proactively. I'm a little worried that I want the self-repair just because I can't rest, so it provides healing that we don't necessarily have, but I think Hologram is going to give us the ability to actually take out elites, which is kind of the deciding factor here for us. Okay, so we should FTL first. Darkness, Hologram, the darkness, darkness. And I think probably self-repair, because this gets us 1 defense right now, this gets us 7 defense over the course of the game, if you don't care about whether or not you take damage. And from full HP, since I'm nowhere near lethal, I don't really care at this point. Okay, so 12 damage coming with frontliner, then 15, then 14. So I can just rebound, strike, strike. Seems like the only real play here, because my damage is halved against other targets, so I would have to hit 3 on a single target before I could even kill them with an explosive potion. Unfortunately, what we right now need is just, like, the ability to push and then the ability to evoke. Yeah, so that's a push and evoke. Push, evoke. Do get 7 HP back. Hey, cool-headed. Channel 1 Frost and draw 2 cards. More than happy to. Obtain a relic with a 50% chance of becoming cursed with Writhe. Writhe being a card that sits in your opening hand. Not interested. Knowing Skull. What is it that you seek? What is it you offer? Return the snap. What's your offer? In sync with its final words, the door behind you slams shut. So here you can choose any number of these options, say for how do I leave, any number of times. We don't have enough HP and we can't rest, so I'm not going to take any of these. Behind you, mortal. You peer behind the skull and surely enough, there's a door. Hello. Back to darkness. Darkness. Get myself some extra defense. Oh, yes. Lovely. Because this multicast right now kills the backliner and then to the frontliner does 4 instances of 24. So that is just slightly short of 100. It's 96. The enemy has 86. We're done. Got him. Hey, another copy of Cool-Headed. Okay, we're probably getting to diminishing returns on taking those now. I'll Darkness first before I Cool-Headed here, though. It's unfortunate. I don't want to blow up that Dark Orb yet, but I do want to play the Glacier, and that will blow up that Dark Orb. Kind of don't really have a choice. Lame. Alright, I'll use the Explosive Potion for AoE here. God, we're gonna need like a hologram or something. Okay. I could use multicast here for 3 more block this turn. But then I lose that Frost Orb. Okay, we'll FTL. Guess rebound, recurse, and then just push another one. Yeah, turn could have been a lot worse. This one would have difficulty being much worse, admittedly. We use the strength potion here just because it gets us to the break point for that enemy's HP. Not bad. This could be a lot worse now. Cool-headed, hologram back the cool-headed, cool-headed. FTL doesn't draw a card there, unfortunately. So we'll just get the lightning out. I was very much hoping to defend for just a wee bit more there. Yeah, I definitely don't want to just multicast here, right? Because it's 8, 8, 8, 8. So, yeah, I get 24 on one target, 16 on another, right? Because 5 evokes of 8. It's just not enough. Also, I desperately want to be able to play self-repair here. Oh, great. It's all good to see. Will Glacier recurse strike? And yeah, darkness has to be at the bottom of the deck. Why would it not be? Enemy down, Molten Egg. Whenever you add an attack card to your deck, upgrade it. Good lord, we have a lot of good stuff. Boot Sequence to give us a bunch of defense on turn 1. I'm a huge fan of here. Feels like we are oftentimes lacking a lot of defense on turn 1. And in fact, in this turn in particular, you can see how useful it was. That's a lot of damage that I have to take here. I'm going to use the Smoke Bomb to escape this fight with getting no rewards. We just did not have a good hand for that specific attack at that specific time. It's definitely Rebound, Darkness. We'll Recurse, Defend, and Strike. Ow. It's a bunch of damage on that multicast right now. Yeah, I'm doing it. Just because I feel like I'm not long for this world after that point, so may as well go for it. We'll hologram, bring back the darkness, use the darkness, then dual cast for the kill. Ollie Smooth Stone, start each combat with 1 dex, as well as, oh my god, another darkness. I'm actually going to take that over an Echo form. Shuriken, every time to play 3 attacks in a single turn, gain 1 strength. I'll take the other option there. It's possible that I get through this fight without... Never mind, I'm dead. It's possible I get through this fight without... Never mind, I'm dead. It's 18 incoming damage. Literally exact lethal. So I definitely chose a really, really greedy path there on the second floor. Specifically, I did outline at the very start. Okay, so yes, this is a really greedy path, but I want to pick up a bunch of defensive cards. We didn't find a bunch of strong defensive cards. What I was looking for mainly would have been things like auto shields, another copy of Glacier, some defragments just to buff up our Frost Orbs, more copies of Leap, copies of Charged Battery in particular, a bunch of things that just didn't end up turning up. I was hoping that our deck would be more defensive by the time that we got to those elites, but the fact that on a bunch of those elite turns, we just had to concede damage says that it didn't get there. Okay. I'll take this path, just as a bunch more question marks. Enemies in your next 3 combats have 1 HP. That could snipe out 1 elite maximum. No, I'm going to take 250 down. Beautiful. Get that dual cast in the next hand for the instant kill. I only take Rip and Tear just so that I can help kill in the early game. So it's 7 to a random enemy twice, 9 to a random enemy twice on the upgrade. It's really good for elite hunting, but not much else. I'm gonna pass it. Alright. Oh, Matroshka! The next 2 non-boss chests you open contain 2 relics. Hell yes. Do I want to take the relic and the regret and then just try and remove the regret soon? Yeah, I'll do it. Oh, hell yes. Kunai, every time you play 3 attacks in a single turn, gain 1 dex. And I'm not going to be taking this one. I already have a curse in the deck I need to remove. Upgrades a zap there, not half bad. Get the dual cast here as well. So now we're going to be looking for a bunch of zero cost attacks so that we can fund the kunai. Snack Oil has become confused, draw 3 cards. In a deck that has this low of a card cost, we definitely don't want to be doing that. Unfortunately, I still have to play Zap and Dual Cast over the course of this combat, just because if we don't, we will just lose. Not that Zap, though. Never that Zap. Goodbye, enemy. Hello, Frozen Egg. Woo, nice. Whenever you add a power card to your deck, upgrade it. Here's an auto shield. That's what I was looking for before. Hell of a lot of damage to be taking here in the early game. Damn it. Leap, Compile, Drive Asunder. We'll be taking none of those. I was really hoping to go for this path, but I need to remove the Regret as soon as possible because I only have 3 HP, and I desperately need to rest as soon as possible, so I don't know what path gives me both of those. The Boot, when you deal 4 or less unblocked attack damage, increase it to 5, as well as the Darkstone Periamps. Whenever you obtain a curse, increase the max HP by 6. I'm thinking Sapphire Key. Alright, we just need to not die in this fight. We're dead. Come on, and... No, that was never going to do it. So we died to the Regret there, but we were otherwise just going to die to the enemy attacking. Good lord. I keep playing more risky because I'm thinking, oh, we're in low ascension. I should just do, you know, kind of fun and risky things. But evidently, I should just stick to best practices. All right. Fine, let's go with the boring best practices, I guess. Let's go for a claw deck, hell yes. Claw decks are really difficult to build beyond Ascension 15. I'll take a charge battery there as a defensive option. Another copy of Claw, and then a strike removal. So we've got 2 claws in a relatively thin deck so far. Hell yes. Upgrade 2 random cards. Nice. Just taking a bunch of damage on these events just to get more powerful effects. Alright, so Claw, by the way, deal 3 damage. Increase the damage of all Claw cards by 2 this combat. I need not tell you why that's insane. We'll remove another card. So if this deck can be super thin and just have a bunch of claws in it, that's going to be wild. Hologram is really good for returning claws to your hand, using them again. Ancient Tea Set, whenever you go into the next rest site, start your next combat with 2 extra energy. I don't know whether or not we'll actually be using that, but that's okay. Upgrade the hologram so it no longer exhausts. I'm thinking we might go up in this direction just to take out the Emerald Elite. Yeah. Yikes. Well, at least we managed to kill one of them. And then another one. Hologram back the claw. Use that for the backliner. Hell yes. Got that down pat. Great. Deal 7 damage, draw 3 cards. Discard all cards drawn this way that do not cost 0. With the amount of removals of cards that don't cost 0 in our deck that we've done so far, I'm feeling like we might actually be able to take advantage of that. In a way that I rarely get to. Happily take my 2 damage there. Alright. Claw, scrape, knowing that I get another claw out of it. Beautiful. Hell yes. Okay, so we can claw, hologram back the claw. And put ourselves in a great position. No. Don't need to take any of those. This is a claw deck. So you don't really get a choice not to spin the wheel here. You just have to. Hey, I got a relic. Nice. Bag of Preparation at the start of combat, draw 2 additional cards. That's actually really good for this deck as well. So we'll zap, claw, scrape. We did get the other claw, beautiful. We'll use the hologram to pull back the claw again. Yeah, because there's no more 0 cost left in our deck, if I was tracking it correctly, and it looks like I was. Yeah, this is an unfortunate one. Claw, scrape for the other claw. Got him. I feel like here I just have to wait. I don't want to use the fire potion. It's too early for that. Enemy down. I'll take the pen nib. Every 10th attack you play deals double damage, as well as another hologram that we get to upgrade in the next space. Hell yes. Oh, beautiful. Claw, hollow claw. Obviously pitching 2 more strikes. We're probably going to weaken next turn as well. Unless we naturally end up with the full defend here, which I think is unlikely. So zap. I'll scrape, we get the claw, and then I can just immediately pull that back. I mean, I only take 3 damage this turn. I get to keep the weak potion. I think I keep it. Okay, could have ordered that better if I put the claw at the very end of the attack order. I've got to keep an eye on that pen nib. Hollow back the claw. Use the claw. You can see how quickly they grow, especially when you have 2 in the deck. Oftentimes, I'll just have 1 as a scaling win condition just to have it in the deck. Alright. Scrape. We'll hollow back the scrape and use it again. Well, at least I know my next hand's full of 0 costs. Alright, gotta remember, claw should be the next attack that I play. Got him. 46 damage for 0 energy, don't mind if I do. Seek is actually a really good pickup here, because then I can use it not only to pick up a claw or a hologram or a scrape at the right time, but also it's a 0 cost, so it gets picked up by scrape. And then, do I care about energy in this deck? Not really, I gotta be honest. Unless I had a bunch more draw cards in the deck, and I don't really care about energy. And I do care about my card choices. I want to have the ability to put more claws in the deck, so having fewer cards to choose from is going to make that difficult for us. So I'm thinking we might actually just want to go with the Runic Pyramid. At the end of your turn, you no longer discard your hand. Yeah. And now we just want to cut a bunch of cards from this deck. I got plans. Okay. This gets us a really early cut. Definitely zap, hologram, zap here. Charge battery for the extra energy next turn, and then hell yeah, we'll do a cost. So I get to full defend, and I've got extra energy for the upcoming turn. Okay. So I know that scrape is going to get me claw. So now I'll hologram back a scrape, play it to generate a new deck. We do get a 0 cost card, but now we can seek out a claw. And this enables me to put the backliner on the ground as well. Okay. How many of these can I take down? Probably not as many as I'd like. And then just watch him die. Beautiful. Auto shields. The problem with auto shields is that I can't really bring it back into my hand using hologram. Do I care about that? I'm not going to thicken up my deck with auto shields at this point. It's the claw build, damn it. How many times do I have to say it's the claw build? I'm thinking I might just go for the card removal, just get a strike out of the deck. And then maybe take a beam cell, deal 3 damage, apply 1 vulnerable, because when the claw is quite large, that vulnerability is a hell of a lot of extra damage. But does it interfere with the... No, it's 0 cost, it's fine, it's fine. I was thinking, does it interfere with the growth of the claw? So here I can pay them the money, or I can kill them in order to get the red mask, and I really want the red mask. Okay, let's hologram back out the scrape again. Come on, hit him. Damn. Really hoping one of those lightning orbs would hit the front line for us. Unfortunately, it didn't have my back. Definitely got to be strike, charge, battery, defend. Probably a weakness potion on the backliner here. Now, the backliner is doing less damage this turn, but next turn, the backliner does more damage. So the weakness is more important on them. Okay. Beautiful. Got a bunch of 0 costs out of my hand there. You know what? Enough is enough, bear. Red mask. At the start of each combat, apply 1 weak to all enemies. Gives us a lot more time as we build up our build. I'm not going to take a rebound because it's less instantaneous than I'd like in its effect application. We'll take a non-0 cost card out of our deck, so the scrape is now more viable. Okay. I want to take back Claw 2 times. No, I probably just want to take back the defense and then use this one to take back a Claw. Definitely should have just dual casted the end there, though. Wasn't tracking my energy well. Alright. Come on, and... pull back out a Claw. And go for it. Beautiful. Chill, cool-headed Streamline. Chill is actually really, really good. Provides a bunch of defense for very, very little. Okay, Council of Ghosts. As you continue your ascent, thick black smoke begins to billow out of the ground and the walls around you, coalescing into 3 masked forms that start to speak. Another puppet of Meow, I think. Agreed. She always makes the funnest toys. You notice an oversized grin as the third addresses you. Ignore the others. Would you like a taste of our power? So Apparition makes you intangible. It's also ethereal and exhaust. When you upgrade an Apparition, it loses ethereal. But this deck can't really support it. How disappointing! You'll join us sooner or later. The shapes fade away, leaving only the unnerving laughter ringing in your ears. First thing I have to do here is scrape, right? Pretty much regardless. Ooh, that's a really good chill. Not half bad. Pretty good opening turn. Zap. Definitely Beam Cell. I'm thinking hologram back a scrape. Nice. Even got some usable cards out of it. We'll seek through to find another claw. Use the claw. Hologram back a claw. Use the claw. Can kind of see a pattern here. We'll use a standard defend just to get it out of our hand so that we don't overdraw later. Okay, I wonder if I should just bring back the charge battery and use it again. I'm feeling very strongly that that's what I should do here. Come on, and... Hey, got both claws there. Beautiful. And now we'll holo each of them back for the kill. Bottled Lightning. Upon pickup, choose a skill. Start each combat with that card in your opening hand. Obviously, Seek is a really good choice here. Take nothing else. Just because Seek means that any card that I want to be in my opening hand is now in my opening hand because the Seek allows me to put a card in my opening hand from my deck. It's real handy. Also mitigates the only real downside of Seek, and that's having Seek in your hand when you have nothing left in your draw pile. Okay, scrape. Hey, got both claws. Wow. The likelihood, what was rather the likelihood of that? We'll take back another claw because I know that there's nothing that I can get in my deck left from scrape. Okay. Yeah, full defense. Easy. I kind of want to roll scrape first here, just because if I get the beam cell, we're in a good position. We didn't get beam cell, sadly. Alright, I'm going to holo scrape back and use it again. I want that beam cell. Yeah. Good. Alright. Here it's probably just charge battery, hologram, back a beam cell, strike. Just get in as much damage as I possibly can that turn, as well as set up for having some extra energy this turn. And yeah, we've got it. Easy. Another copy of Scrape, sure. Centennial Puzzle, the first time we'll use HP each combat, draw 3 cards. Yeah, more than happy to have that. Definitely chill. I think I just have to take both scrapes here. And yeah, that's gonna enable me to kill both of the chumps as well as increment my scrapes a bunch of times. Sorry, scrapes, claws, obviously. Damn it, giant damage in the back line. Not super interested. What can I do about it? Straight up 22 that I can deal. I think I do just have to defend, so I think I kill the Mad Gremlin. Zap. Scrape doesn't get me anything here, so there's no reason to really use it. Bring back a claw. And then bring back the other claw. That's full defense right there. On and... Hey! Beam Cell is exactly what I was looking for there. Beautiful. Enemy down. Runic Dodecahedron. If your HP is full, gain energy at the start of your turn. Wild. Bunch of cards there as well that I don't really want to take. I could heal back up 25 HP here in order to have the Runic Dodecahedron active. But I'm going to read just because it's almost impossible that I don't end up with a claw here. And another claw in the deck is really good for us. So now there's one card, one obvious card that I really want in this deck. One sec. Oh my god, I got all the claws. Oh yeah. So bring back just another claw. Damn. Obviously, I was hoping for chill to come out there. What was I saying? Oh, obviously there's one card that I want in this deck right now, and that card is... So obvious that I don't need to say it. But in case I do, it's all for one. Which, every card in your discard pile that is 0 cost is returned to your hand. Pretty wild. That's another claw right there. We probably have enough claws in our deck right now. I'll upgrade chill so it's innate so that I have that defense with me from the opening. Okay, let me take 2 scrapes out of the deck now. Well, that's the best I could do. Right. Then hollow back the scrape yet again. And I should have just left that beam cell in hand. Obviously, the vulnerability would have been much more useful next turn when I had attacks to make afterwards. Thankfully, it didn't matter, but still. Doesn't make what I did correct. Copy of FTL, Go for the Eyes, or Hologram. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I have 6 different zero-cost cards in my deck right now. I think it's probably still just Hologram. Yeah, I think it still is. Alright, both of these scrapes need to be upgraded because then they draw an extra card. Super neat. Oh gosh, we're actually going to have to rely on them here. Wild. Never really had to do that before. Okay, so we'll chill. I'm thinking seek out both of the claws and just go mad on them. Gotta get them upgraded. Hell yeah. Charge battery, hologram back the charge battery and play it again. Doesn't seem too bad. I will weaken the enemy here. Okay. Well, with those 2 scrapes, I will just draw out the rest of my deck here. Easy. Beam cell, strike, strike. Well, I say strike, obviously I mean claw, but damn, that was effective at the very end. Is there anything else I want to pull back? Probably just the upgraded scrape. I've got a bunch of 1-cost cards in my hand, so there are fewer 1-cost cards in my at-play deck right now. Just a wee bit neat right there. And I'll even defend one more time just so that I don't take any damage over the course of the entire fight. Possibly perfect it? Who knows? Should probably leave Beam Cell in my hand. It's not going to be relevant for a while. Okay. And that's a lot of incoming damage right there, but it definitely looks like I have lethal. Somewhere in this mess of claws lies lethal. Beautiful. All for 1. Deal 10 damage, put all 0-cost cards from your discard pile into your hand. Yes, obviously. Nuclear battery. At the start of each combat, channel 1 plasma. We use chill basically every combat, so I don't really see the effect that we're going to be getting out of that. Cursed key, gain energy whenever you start your turn. Or rather, at the start of your turn, whenever you open a non-boss chest, obtain a curse. That's actually going to be annoying because I still have to get the sapphire key, so I have to open another non-boss chest. And Snecko Eye, at the start of your turn, draw 2 additional cards, start each combat confused. While I recognize the potential of having a 4th of the cards in your discard pile return from All for 1 just because they were randomized well by the Snecko Eye, it's nowhere near as effective as you'd hope. Especially seeing as I already have certain cards in my discard pile that I do want back. Excuse me, while I have to mute for coughing. I'm definitely looking to remove another card from the deck. Yeah, but this line has more upgrades. Okay. I was comparing it to other lines that had more shops, but this line has more upgrades, and I actually still want the upgrades. I've got Scrape as well that still needs it. So I'm thinking I should probably seek out, yeah, like 2 holograms here. The primary reasoning for that is because... Nice. The primary reasoning for that is because... There was a good reason. Oh, right, because it makes these scrapes more likely to hit things because there's not those holograms in the deck that they have to hit and get through. Okay, so we did pass over our All for 1, but we have 2 holograms to return it to our hand. So now I can hologram back all for one, play all for one, get all of my claws back. And now I should actually, although I could hologram back all for one again, I should probably just bring back a defensive card, because I'm going to be hitting an enemy that has thorns a bunch here. Obviously, the first hit should have been with the beam cell, but I misclicked. Zap, hologram out the zap, use it again. Ideally here, I don't have to use another attack to kill this enemy. Yeah, it looks like I'm right. And that'll enable me to save the pendant for the next combat that I get into. Double energy, glacier, and boot sequence. Do we have difficulty defending on turn 1? I think we do. I'm more than happy to take a boot sequence. Okay, with chill, we don't really have that much difficulty on turn 1. Alright, we'll seek out the all for one as well as a hologram here. So now I'm going to have to use these scrapes to get more zero cost cards in hand to return with that all for one when I eventually play it. Okay. Then hologram back the all for one yet again. Play it. Beautiful. Especially beautiful here is now I can just hologram back the all for one and do it yet again. No problem whatsoever. This is a good claw deck right here. Taking none of those though. Begin to fall. I have to lose the zap. I can't remove a claw from this deck. That is just a bad idea. Medical kit. Unplayable status cards can now be played. When we play a status card, exhaust it, as well as the sundial. Every 3 times you shuffle your draw pile, gain 2 energy. That would be a ridiculous amount of energy for us, and the medical kit would be a great boon to us with a relatively thin deck as we get towards the heart that does put status cards in your deck. Unplayable status cards in particular. I want both of them. I think I have to take the medical kit though. If I take the medical kit, I can also card remove, which is also like another great selling point for it. Okay. I definitely need to be able to heal, because we will be taking damage. And in the final boss fight this floor, typically. So I'll just fight the boss from Act 1. Not a great pickup, but it's okay. Take all for one and claw. Boot sequence, chill. I'm just trying to thin out my hand here a little bit. Claw, claw. All for one, bring him back. Claw, claw. Hologram, bring back all for one, claw, claw, beautiful. That is a very buff claw by the end of turn 1. Yeah, they're now 15 damage per. And now I can hologram back all for one again. Should probably just hologram back a giant defense as well here, so that I can afford to play the rest of those claws. Yep. That is a perfect there on the Guardian. We got Duvu Doll for each curse in your deck. Start combat with 1 strength, as well as a upgraded version of Beam Cell or Go for the Eyes. Go for the Eyes weakens the enemy. That's really, really powerful. It's just like a large amount of defense that I get to suddenly include in this deck. So I'll take a Seek. I think I'm still looking for all for one and Scrape here. Hopefully that Scrape gets usable things. Otherwise, this is all fraught. Well, I got something usable at least. You know what? I'm going to hologram back the Scrape. We're going to do that again. Hey, there we go. The all for one is now excellent. Beautiful. Bring those all back. And then I've even got a hologram just to bring it all the way back around. Get that all for one back as well. Kill on turn 1. Hell yes. And this is the claw deck. Echo Form is actually really good in a claw deck, just because it now works so that it does actually double boost all of your claws if you play a claw with an Echo Form. That said, playing it is really difficult, and if I don't play the Echo Form, I can just go off a lot faster. So I think I'm actually going to turn it down here. I will take the Ancient Potion, though. So we definitely want to upgrade this Scrape, get the extra draw. I also want extra vulnerability on my Beam Cell. All for one and probably Scrape, right? Could even be Beam Cell. No, we'll just take it. So Scrape first. Oh my god. Again? Really? Wild. That's dirty. Toxic Egg. Whenever you add a skill card to your deck, upgrade it as well as another hologram. I mean, I could, but I think the deck is like really well balanced at the moment. I don't think I need to add anything. Meat on the bone for HP is add a below 50% at the end of combat. Heal for 12 HP. I'll just be taking the other option there myself. Master of Strategy. Draw 4 cards. Yes. Yeah. We'll be taking that. Alright, upgrade the Beam Cell as soon as possible. Beautiful. Having Seek in my opening hand is just insane. It makes this so easily repeatable. Okay, Scrape gets another claw, no doubt. Go for, I guess, another claw there, and then all for one, bringing them all back. Goodbye, Spiker. Hello, Skim. Draw 4 cards. Hell yes. The other one exhausts. That's its downside. Okay, so we will Seek first. Take out that and that. Then I definitely need to empty up some hand space here, so I'll just cast basically anything. Okay. Alright, I can All for One now and just return 3 claws, and then hologram and All for One again. Play the same 3 claws again. It doesn't go as off as we've had other first turns go off, but gosh, it's still excellent. Definitely Skim here. Okay, that hologram can actually now bring back the All for One, which will also bring back the claws. Goodbye, enemy. Hello, Fear Potion. No, we already have vulnerability in the deck. Another Beam Cell? Probably too much. That's Time Eater. Yeah, it's Time Eater. Okay, our final boss is going to be an interesting time. We'll see how that goes. So the final boss here for us is Time Eater, and Time Eater stops you dead in your tracks if you take enough turns. That is to say, play enough cards. Okay, that's fine. It's a pretty good attack value for the enemy to have here. Every single time you attack this enemy, they change their intent, and their intents just get worse and worse and worse. But thankfully, we had a pretty lucky turn there. All right, we will definitely hologram, bring back an All for One. All for One, and claw, 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 claw. Got him. Not interested in any of those. I will, however, drop the Weak Potion in order to get the Speed Potion. I now know exactly how I plan on getting through the heart. Speaking of getting through the heart, I need to take the Ruby Key there. Oh, I even remembered. Alright. I can go off somewhat on this first turn, but I should really, like, have a minimal go off. leave some of my go off for later turns. At least I can retain my cards in hand, so it's not so bad. All for one, just back those 3 claws. Then hologram back the all for one. Play it again for just those 3 claws. Mm-hmm. I can probably kill next turn with any reasonable draw. Yeah, that'll do it. Do need some space in hand, though. Hologram back the all for one. I can't draw here at all, and I just need to empty some cards out of my hand so that I have space for all of the things I want from the all for one, specifically all these goddamn claws. Goodbye, Time Eater. Whew! Oh, what a task. Like it, love it, and want more of it. It's time for us to rest yet again. No, rest? It's upgrade. Of course it's upgrade. I don't really want dual cast returned by all for one. Not really. Just gonna upgrade and defend. Oh my god, another speed potion. It's exactly what I needed here. We'll drop the liquid bronze for another speed potion, and now we can get 10 decks in the final fight. It's almost impossible to kill us at that rate. I say almost to hedge my bets. Okay, I do want to try and kill the Spire shield first if I have the opportunity, so let's go for it. I'm not even going to bother about weakening the other one. I'm going to be fine for weakness over the course of this, I feel. Okay, return that all to one, all for one rather to my hand. All right. That's a pretty good turn one. Claw, hologram back the all for one, and then I actually just need to get some space in my hands. So I play 2 other cards that I don't really intend to play. Beautiful. The boot. Whenever you deal 4 or less unblocked attack damage, increase it to 5 as well as a pre-upgraded claw, of course. Of course. Take those 2 quite happily. Okay. All for one. Play all of those again. Hologram back the all for one. Play it again. And then all the claws. Beautiful. Now, speed potion, ancient potion before the end. It prevents the loss of the 10 decks at the end of the turn. So now we have 10 decks. Sure, we're also frail, but 10 decks, though. I'm gonna hologram back a hologram, which I'll then hologram back a hologram with, which then I'll hologram back a charged battery. For a very short period of time there, we had the perfect amount of block. Sadly, we went over. Oh, well. Defend, weaken the enemy as well. Beautiful. I now only need to defend for 24 total. I'll actually play this Void just to get out of my hand so I have hand space. Charge battery, defend, and hell, I'll even throw out that strike. I know it's a claw. Okay. We're very close to hitting the perfect here, by the way. Kind of excited, kind of jazzed about that, frankly. I probably don't want to use another awful one yet. Yeah, I want more claws. Yeah, because this will mean, now that the enemy is under 300 HP, since they can only take 300 damage in a turn, this means I now have the possibility of killing them this turn. Whereas before, that was in doubt. And there goes the Corrupt Heart with a claw build. Hell yes. Ignore the first 2 runs in this episode. They were practice. Yeah, practice. Hyper Beam, Recycle, and Core Surge can now show up. I've definitely seen all of those before. And we're very close to the final level of unlocks here. I say final, there's 2 more. But for the moment, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Slay the Spire. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves. And hopefully we'll see you next time.